Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about essential oils. So I know a lot of people liked my last couple of vlogs on if I should do this or not. So I will just say I am not an expert at this. I'm going to just talk about the basics. So if you have anything to add or would like to inform me, just drop it in the comments or message me, find me on Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. I'd love to learn more just so I can use it for myself and then hopefully talk about more of it with my friends and family. The basics. So what is an essential oil? It is a highly concentrated plant extract. I got this from planttherapy.com. It says it's a concentrated hydrophobic liquid containing volatile aroma compounds from plants. So basically, essential oils can come from seeds or plants themselves from the leaves by extracting them. So fun fact, essential oils are so highly concentrated that it takes a large amount of a plant to produce just one oil. Thus, when you're putting it in your diffuser or using a little bit of it, like one drop, a little bit goes a long way. So why are they such a new trend, a new fad? Everybody's obsessed with them. I know a couple years back, people were like constantly talking about them, and there's this giant controversy over like which products to use because some of them were like cheaper and then some were more expensive and you're not getting a good quality, things like that. So they're actually not as new as you would think. So I found some research and did some digging, and the Egyptians used to use them in their daily lives. And then pure essential oils were very valuable back in that time, and they were used for priests and for royals. And then the Bible actually references essential oils over 200 times, which I find incredible. But thinking back on it, every time that I've read about oils, with one of the girls that used their hair to wash Jesus' feet with oil, when I was obviously a younger Christian, I really thought they were using extra virgin olive oil. I don't know why, but it makes so much more sense that they were using essential oils, so I just thought that was funny. But then of course you have the other societies like the Greeks and the Chinese who were also using essential oils at this time, and then also for like different purposes and reasonings, but I just found these ones to be really big, especially in relation to the Bible. So I did some research on the top 10 essential oil companies. I'll tell you the names of them and then the price range as well. And then at the end of that list, I will tell you what kind of essential oils that I use. So my price analysis is based on just one bottle, not like the packs or the sets. So the first one that was on the list was Plant Therapy. They usually go for about $8.95 and then a little bit higher. Rocky Mountain Oils, which was $8.95 to $24.95. The third one was Eden's Garden, which was $6.95. doTERRA, which was $29.33 and up. Then you had Young Living, which is a really big one that I know of, which goes for about $20 and more. Some of them you have ranged into the 50s and even the 100s on a couple sites that I found. There's also another brand called Now Foods, which goes for about $15. Healing Solutions, which was $8.99. And then number 8 was Oracacia. Also, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing all of these correctly, but I figured I would just go ahead and talk about them, which was $9.99 to $34.49. Then 9th, you have Mountain Rose Herbs, which was from $6.75 at the lowest up to about $50 and plus. And then ranking in 10th was Plant Guru, which was $9.95. So the ones that I have Cliganic, and that is a USDA organic and non-GMO verified. I got them as a set for Christmas, so I honestly didn't pick them out and I didn't do any research beforehand, but a single one is about $8.99 to $9.99. And I also use Guru Nanda, which is GCMS tested, third-party tested, and no synthetic ingredients, and it's cruelty-free. The cost for those for a bottle is $7.99. And then this is what they look like. This is the Guru Nanda. So most of the big brands that people use, you want to look for the third-party testing. That means that it's unbiased analytical testing. And then non-GMO verified means that non-genetically modified organisms. So I know we've heard a bunch about GMOs in our fruits and veggies, and now plants. So that's honestly kind of exciting to know that there are GMOs in the realm of essential oils. So to just pay attention for that sort of thing the next time you're looking for some. So I'm still testing out brands, so if you have tips or want to leave some of your favorite brands below, just drop them in the comments. Okay, so I'm not too familiar with oils, like I said before, but I am not sure with like the roll-on kind. I know that you can roll them on your temples and I think like any sore muscles that you might have, but I usually just diffuse mine, so that's just a quick PSA. So my fave part is knowing what essential oils work best for you and for which various purposes that they serve. So I have all of this information written down just so I don't forget and don't mess up any information. So there's cedarwood, which is a sort of balancing and mental focus. It helps with relaxation, sleeplessness, and then hair, skin, and nail support, which I know I definitely need because I'm trying to get these locks growing. Then there's citrus, which helps with an emotional balance, freshness. It's uplifting and used for mental clarity. Frankincense helps with immune and nervous system support, skin health, vision health, and it is a spiritual grounding. Lavender, which I know is a big favorite for a lot of people, is used for emotional balance, hair, skin, and sinus support, and then sleeplessness as well. Lemon is used for circulatory support, cleansing, digestive support, and weight loss support. Orange is uplifting and used for an emotional balance. And then there's peppermint, which is used for digestive and intestinal health, pain relief, and head pressure, which is a really big one that we'll talk about soon. And then tea tree, which actually helps with bug bites. I thought was pretty cool. And then also hair and skin and nail support. So another way that is kind of easier to go about this is the next part. So it's easier for me and my brain to think about this, but ask yourself these questions. So, are you lost in your brain? Inhale peppermint for focus, attention, and performance. One of my really good friends, Jess, does this before taking exams on her campus. So she'll just breathe through one nostril and then breathe through the other one, just to give clarity and waken up her mind before she goes in to take a test. She also uses roll-ons on her temples. I think she also said for peppermint, I'm not sure, but it helps with like headaches and stuff like that. And then my next question is, are you a little stressed? So you'll want to inhale sage for stress release and calming. Are you feeling down? Inhale frankincense to better your mood. Are you feeling tired? Inhale thyme to help with fatigue and exhaustion. Can't sleep? Inhale cedarwood to release melatonin. Want some calm? Inhale lavender for relaxation and calm. So, fun fact, I think this is pretty exciting. You can diffuse multiple oils at the same time. So you'll just want to remember that a little bit does go a long way. So when you do diffuse your oil, you'll want to use just a couple drops of each so you don't have anything overpowering one another, and so that it's not bad for your environment, which we'll talk about later in context to pets. So here are a few of my faves. There's this one called Sweetest Dreams. It's 3 drops of lavender, 3 drops of cedarwood, and 2 drops of orange. Then there's one called Mellow Out, which is 3 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of orange, and 1 drop of peppermint. Then you have Sunkissed, which is 3 drops of orange, 3 drops of lemongrass, 1 drop of eucalyptus, and 1 drop of peppermint. And then there's the last one called Fresh Air, which is 2 drops of eucalyptus, 2 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of lavender. I actually asked a couple of my friends what their faves were. So we talked about Jess and what she recommended, and then my other friend Brittany has this lavender kind that has a subtle vanilla tone to it, and she loves it. She's very into lavender, which so am I, and so is my mom, so I think it's really sweet. A lot of people like lavender and just the smell of it, and it just definitely makes people feel calm. She uses this brand called Mardel. She bought it at Hobby Lobby. That's good to know that it's easily accessible. So I like this brand because it is actually faith-based. It is a company that gives 10% of their proceeds, like their net profits, to help print translated Bibles around the world. So I think that's pretty awesome what they're doing in the community. Okay, so tips with pets. So animals are definitely more sensitive to obviously hearing and smells that humans typically do not face throughout their day. So you don't want to use essential oils with pets that are under 8 weeks old because it can definitely throw off their growing track. So you'll want to do this with older pets, but try to heavily dilute them and or use them in moderation. So I have 2 cats and I do have a diffuser, and it's a little small. I got it for Christmas. So I live right now at home in my 1 bedroom with my cats. So they can't get away from this room, so I don't typically diffuse them as often as I would like to. If I had a bigger house or my cats could get out of my room, unfortunately they can't because I have 2 crazy dogs that live here, but if I had that ability, then they'd be able to walk away. Cats are very sensitive with essential oils, so this is just something you'll want to keep in mind. So a tip with all animals is to avoid using high phenol oils. So that's oregano, wintergreen, clove, and thyme. And then definitely citrus with cats. They do not like that smell. In fact, it's a really good way to get cats from doing something. So like if they're jumping on your tabletops, if you want to use citrusy smelling soap to clean off your tables when you're cleaning, that'll actually keep them off of them. I mean, that's not 100% guaranteed. My cat loves lavender, so we actually use a lavender soap-based product, and she is all over the floor like a land shark. She's kind of crazy. So these are a couple tips for cats. You'll want to be careful with cinnamon, tea tree, thyme, birch, wintergreen, clove, and oregano. And then for dogs, you'll want to be careful with anise, clove, wintergreen, thyme, and juniper. And then the ones that are great for pets are actually cedarwood, chamomile, lavender, myrrh, sage, and peppermint. So that's really all my tips and tricks that I have. If you guys have any more that you'd like to add, I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching my essential oils vlog, and I'm glad that I could provide some information. I hope it was very helpful. Bye.